everybody? Welcome to the Common Gaming Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I have a video game review. And this is a game that I have taken my time with. I have enjoyed a lot. I have been anticipating for years, like a lot of other people, NCAA 20-fucking-5. Oh my God! It was 2013 when the last NCAA game was released. I remember it in particular because it had RG3 on the cover. I remember it like it was yesterday. And I remember that being the last one because I remember playing it and being like, why can't I transfer my roster over to Madden? What the actual fuck is wrong with this thing? Until they told me it was canceled. Now, as people, some of you know, the reason that the NCAA franchise was canceled was two reasons. Mostly one. I'd say 1.5 reasons. The half reason being it wasn't as profitable as the Madden franchise. But it still was more profitable than NCAA basketball. I can tell you that. They canceled that. It's still more profitable than a couple of the other. It was more profitable than Live and shit. But it wasn't as profitable as Madden. So, you know, they decided to take the L on that. Also, because they got sued by players and schools because those schools weren't paying the players or paying anyone to have the likeness of the characters of the people in the game. Now, granted, they never had the likeness, so to speak. They just had models that looked vaguely similar to the actual real life characters that had the numbers on the back. But it became a big deal that they weren't paying people. And the schools were suing and stuff. So EA just said, fuck this shit. We're just not going to make these games. Because if it means we have to pay people more than we're supposed, like money, like, why the fuck would we do that? Like, we're not, the games weren't making enough profit to have to deal with the headache and the lawsuit. So they just stopped making the game. But the world changed. Recently, with these, IDLs, whatever, with these deals that these kids can get now going to college and whatnot, kids can now get paid, kids can now get sponsorships, kids can now make money for their talents while they're going to school. So once that happened, the rumors, the conversation of another NCAA started to peak up because it was just like, well shit, yeah, we could do this now. We just wrap it up. We could do it just like how we do Madden. We can pay them just like how we pay the players from Madden, and we could do this thing. And eventually, it got announced maybe a year or two ago, NCAA 25 was happening. And I was excited for this. Everyone was excited for this. Gameplay came out and everything came out, and I gotta tell you, people, fucking love the game. I love the game. I have a few complaints, but overall, I love the game. Between Dynasty Mode and Road to Glory, which are the main parts of the game I play. I played a little online. Online is decent. It's pretty good. But Dynasty Mode and Road to Glory is where it is. And first of all, let me just get into the gameplay aspect. Madden, for all its faults, it always has gotten smoother and smoother. You know what I mean? The gameplay has always gotten smoother and smoother. But they have made... This gameplay is so smooth, it's jarring. It's so smooth, and the angles, it has and momentum and angles and size, and there's so many factors into you doing something. You know what I mean? Like, the difference between someone breaking a tackle is just the angle they take. Honestly, you can break 18 tackles in this game if you move yourself at an angle that would be hard to tackle you. If you're moving this way, and the defender's going that way, and he puts out an arm to grab you, you should break that arm. You should run through that. You know what I mean? But if you're juking this way, and the defender is coming this way too, bam, he's head up with you, he should tackle you. Like, angles and momentum are such a big deal. Though they did, and they actually fixed that, because last year's Madden, one of the biggest problems I had with it is, like, because they started to put the whole momentum thing into the game about last year. The whole, if you're moving fast this way, because you used to be able to just move and stop immediately and just turn up the field, which was unrealistic. You sprinting this way, you shouldn't be able to just stop and turn up the field. But problem is, every time you got any momentum going, your ass would just go right out of bounds. They fixed it this year. Now you can kind of turn up the field, but the momentum will help y'all. Like, out routes are insane now because you can just take that momentum and go up the field. And it's hard to tackle you. It's all about angles. And that's what fucked me up with this game, is you need to really figure out how you're going to go about it. The throwing mechanics are interesting, are fun. The audible mechanics are fun. They added this new feature where you not only can change your receiver's route, you can change the depth of the route. You can shorten the route or push it further down the field, which is cool. Like I say, the juke mechanics are badass. Like, you could just really get nasty with the juke mechanics. The defenses play pretty much the same. They're not too insane, though. It's not like motherfuckers are doing this. You know, they got rid of that shit, okay? You can't be running like this and just fucking... That's done. You can't do that shit anymore. I used to kill people with that shit, man. Oh, I used to piss my friends off with that shit. Well, I would just be like... But you can't do that kind of shit anymore. You have more control over how and where you throw the ball. Case in point, you can put that shit low. You can put that shit high. You can put that shit down. Like the locations you can throw the ball to the receiver. It's so many of them that it's honestly hard to keep up with. Also, as a catcher, you can catch it and drop down. You can go up and try to make a big catch. You can catch it and try to keep your feet in. Like, there's so many different mechanics in the game that are so fucking cool. Also, from a graphic standpoint, the game is gorgeous. A gorgeous looking game, especially depending on which stadium you're in. And so it gives the game a feel, because there's so many schools and have so many of the schools colleges and mascots and pre-game ceremony shit. They have so much of it in the game that you can literally play every team in this game and have a different kind of experience. It's not like Madden where, you know, every let's say every pre-game intro is the same. It's just a different stadium. It's like, no, every pre-game intro in this game is different, because every college has history and have different things. They have so many mascots that their pre-game stuff is all different. Even the way they celebrate, to the mascots on the sideline, it's all different. There are celebrations that you can only do if you do it with a player from a certain school. All of that is so good. Is so fucking fun. Also, the amount of celebrations you have are nuts. You have at least, like 30, 40 celebrations, like 40 different celebrations you can do and a couple of them you can only do at certain schools. So, like, even there's so much celebrations you can do. So that's for the gameplay and the visuals of the game. It looks gorgeous. Dynasty mode's back, and it looks exactly how it was last year. I mean, like, the years prior, with the whole recruiting stuff. Though they did something different with the coaches. Like, the coaches have, like, when you have a coach, you have this, like, tree thing that you have to earn points for through the course. By accomplishing goals that you set up for your team to do, you earn points, and you get those points. You can use them to make your coach better at certain things, recruiting and whatnot. Recruiting also this year is difficult. I mean, it just depends on who you are. If you pick fucking, I don't know, Alabama or Michigan or Georgia, it's a lot easier than if you pick, I don't know, Missouri. If you pick like Missouri State or some shit, like, it's a lot harder to recruit if you pick Missouri State. Like, you really, like, I mean, though they do get, like, because in the old games it was pretty quick. You could turn things around pretty quickly for your recruiting, because it was as easy as just winning a championship and then boom, you could just start recruiting people. You really have to manage your time to recruits. You really have to go out and see what you need and what you got. Unfortunately, they haven't fit. Unfortunately, you cannot upload your roster to be transferred over to Madden, which is strange. It's weird. I'm surprised that that's not a thing, because Road to Glory you can. Speaking of Road to Glory, when you go to Road to Glory, you have decision time. For some reason, they give you like 3 decisions. You can either be a walk-on, you could be like a blue chipper, aka you're like a 5-star recruit, or you could be like a decent, like a 4-star recruit. You can choose these different paths to walk. Granted, I don't get it really. Like, I'm like, why wouldn't I just choose the 79 overall guy so I can get this shit done, so I can get it done quick as possible? But I digress. Fun gameplay again. It's fun going through your college. The only thing that sucks is you have to manage your GPA, because, like, you actually have to take tests through the course of the season, and you have to manage your, and you have a certain amount of energy points that you get, and you have to use those points throughout the course, through the bar of either using it for studying for your, school, or using it to grow your social media platform, Glow yourself, or using it for extra training because you get these points. Now, it's hard. The points are hard to come by, man. They really are. They really make you work for those fucking points if you just do it the regular way. Now, there was a 99 glitch in the game that they recently patched out, but I got to it before they did that. I don't care, man. I went like 4 years with my dude before I did that, so I feel like I am justified. But either way, that mode is cool. Also, you can transfer that character over to the Madden, so I'm looking forward to doing that when Madden comes out next week. I think Madden comes out next week. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it's the 18th. Either way, I'm very excited to transfer those characters over. I do have a couple issues. One, as much as I love those pre-game stuff, you can't skip anything really. You can't skip the pre-game things. You can't skip the halftime conversations. So like you have to really sit through all that shit. You can't skip it. Also, the commentary team, they really don't mix up a lot of what they're saying. And don't get me wrong, Madden's commentary team isn't exactly the most shining example, but this commentary team, they really do just kind of say the same shit over and over again, to the point where I just turned it down. At a certain point, I just kind of turned it, because they're not really saying anything different. They're not saying anything different. They're not saying anything new. Problem is, and I know why, I kind of got a feeling why, is because since these are college kids, right, the only ones you'd be talking about are the starters on each team. Because most of those starters would be gone, so then they'd have to talk. But like, so they have nothing to say. It's a weird fucking situation. Like, so if you get like, I don't know, Georgia, they'll talk about the quarterback. They'll talk about the quarterback. Then they'll name the quarterback. They'll name the best players on Georgia. But if you go through a dynasty mode and those players are gone, then they don't really have shit they can say. It's a weird dichotomy. The commentary is limited by the simple fact that since this is an NCAA game, they can only talk about the players that are there, but after a while, those players are gone. Unlike Madden, where you can have players in the league for 10 plus years, so they can just keep talking about these players. It's just a weird dichotomy with the commentary. It's not the best to me. I thought they could have done a better job with that. What else? I don't like the way they did set up the system for you to earn points in Road to Glory. Because no matter what you do, you just get 1 point. Like, I mean, I can throw out a quarterback. I can throw for 800 yards and 20 touchdowns in a game, and they'll just give me a point for that. And that's just a bit ridiculous. I had done all this crazy shit with my quarterback, and by the time I was in my senior year, before I did the cheat, I was on like a 93, and I'm like, dude, I should be like a 99. I just won the Heisman. I did this and that. Like, this doesn't even make any fucking sense. So that was a bit annoying. What else? I would probably say that's about it in terms of my complaints. Although overall, I love the game. I had a fun time with the game. I get NCAA a 9 out of 10. Thank you guys. NCAA 25 a 9 out of 10. Thank you guys for joining me on the Common Game Movie Show. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.